So for today, we have discussed, you've brought up that you want to start looking for a new job, that you think it's time for a change, and you maybe want somewhere, as you said, that you could apply your degree and make more money that way, right? Okay. So let's see. I think the best way that maybe we could put it into perspective for you and help you with maybe motivate that goal was to use a SMART goal. Have you done a SMART goal before?
A long time ago, like back in junior high health class.
Okay, yeah. So it's been a bit, so we can refresh. Let's see. So a SMART goal is the S is for the specificity development. So we kind of want to make those like ideas firm. So it's like clearly define the objective. And then the M is to measure it. So we're going to be able to get things that we can identify within that process. But this whole time we're going to be collaborating. Like this is your goal. And so like you're going to have the ultimate say in everything. A is for achievable. And so something realistic that you can do within your capacity while keeping a sense of optimism. So yeah, so just whatever you think you can achieve while not like freaking yourself out basically without stressing out and like just having it totally ruin your life, you know. And then R is for relevance. So we want your goals to align with, you know, your values, your priorities, the circumstances of your life. And the T is for time-bound planning. So we want to be able to do this goal within like with a target in mind, but like short-term milestones. So like we'll measure the time that way. So does that sound like something you'd be interested in trying today?
Yeah, I could try it.
Okay. So for S, your specificity development. So we want to make your like clearly define your objective. So what is the objective in your words?
Quit my current job and get a new job.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And so measurability, establishment. And how are we gonna, I guess, measure your progress or success within this goal?
If I quit my old job and get a new job.
Simple as that. Okay. Yeah. So first, you want to quit your job and get a new job. Great. We're going to measure that by if you actually did quit your job, then if you did get a new job. You know,
Yep.
You chose a good goal to see like easy. It's like pretty black or white for this. So achievability. Okay, so what are your resources and your capacity to do this goal while not letting it like stress you out too much? Like what do you think are that you could realistically do in this for this goal to get there?
I mean, this goal stresses me out in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me so much anxiety. So I don't know what my capabilities are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's measurable.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. What do you think? Maybe we could focus more on the resources that you have for this category. Like, what are things you can use to help you get to your goal that are going to aid in the process? The internet? Okay. Okay. The internet. So, like, are you going to use like online platforms kind of for connection?
Yeah.
Or
probably. Okay. Yeah.
You can find applications that way. Okay. And remind me your degree again?
Business management.
Business management. Okay, yeah. So of course, there's going to be probably tons of jobs available for that. Is there anyone like from school or anyone like in the field that you might have connections to, or like a mentor you can talk to about that?
Well, no, not really, but my wife's dad, so my father-in-law, I guess, said he might have some connections of
Okay.
some sort. So
Okay. So
maybe
that
that.
okay. So that's something you could probably you might try to explore then with him, is see what those connections are. Maybe he'll have tips and tricks
Hmm.
for the field.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think those are two really good resources you can use to help you, in your journey. Um, okay. So the relevance for this goal. So do they kind of align with, your priorities and life circumstances and like your values?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. And then for our time bound part, what do you think the timeline should be for this? Like, do you have anything in mind at the moment?
Um, Maybe sometime after the holidays, but I don't have a specific time after the holidays. I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah. So you are planning to stay with your current job through the holidays, so up until New Year's ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good. I think that gives you a little bit. That gives you about 2 months to kind of be looking around, right?
Hmm.
Um, but it's not like a firm like I need to start a new job by this day type of thing. If I'm understanding.
No, it's not.
Okay. 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 And so I think that's kind of a good goal. You're like sometime in the new year, gonna stick with this current job until the end of the year. Are there any like milestones you want to reach within that timeline of like, have like maybe like a certain amount of interviews or submit a certain amount of applications, or like even a milestone of talking with your father-in-law?
Um, sure, we can make a milestone of talking to my father-in-law.
Okay. Okay. Do you have and what it would be your timeline for that?
Um, the end of November.
Okay. By the end of November. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. I think honestly that's like a really good start to your goal. And I think that's something we can definitely build upon, you know, and check in and see if we ever need to adjust something, or, things change. And so like I want to be here to support you with that. Because I know that is like a really stressful thing to do, like especially with, big changes like that. And but I hope like in the process that even though it probably is stressful and like scary, you have anticipation, like you don't know what to expect really going into something new, and doing the interviews, and kind of getting ready for that next phase is it can be tiring. So like but I'm excited for you though. I'm excited that be trying something new, and I really hope that it helps, maybe fill in some of that optimism that feel that you lack when it comes to work, because I know sometimes it can be hard.
Hmm.
But yeah, how are you feeling about it?
Feeling pretty freaking anxious about it, but
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That's to be expected. I would be worried if you weren't anxious. I feel like everyone should be a little anxious about that, but that anxiousness and uncertainty is all like a little, pretty close to excitement. So
Mm.
hopefully we can channel, that part in more in the, funnel that in a little bit more in the future.
Hmm.
But well, I've had a really good time talking to you today.
Okay, yeah, me too. Thank
All
you.
right. See you next time.
Okay, bye.